So Richard, it's great to see you again. It's been a few weeks. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, it's really good to see you. I got up this morning and I was having a coffee in the garden, and I was thinking, because we used to meet on a Monday and a Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, and I realized I really miss it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's such a good experience for me. And that structure of starting and ending the working week with that was such a positive influence on me. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so for our viewers, I'm with Richard. Richard is our brother, our Men Without Mask brother. He came on retreat, and then his experience on the retreat propelled him to join our recent 10-week online group program. And I'm just going to give you a snapshot of Richard's experience so that you as a man, or you as a man that knows other men that may be interested in joining us on our next 10-week program, have got an insight into into what goes on. So Richard, you've done the retreat and then you decided to jump on our 10-week program where we meet on a Monday and a Friday morning for an hour, sometimes 90 minutes at 6:30 in the morning. So what were your expectations coming into this kind of group program on Zoom?
I guess what were my expectations? I guess having done the retreat, I just wanted to continue that practice. There was a bit of a gap for me between ending the retreat and starting that. So I really missed that structure, and I missed element of brotherhood that came along with it. So my expectations, I didn't really have that many expectations. I think you've been really clear up until at the start about the variety of different teachers that we get. That was the thing I look forward to, actually, just the different experience that I was going to get from those different people. So
you don't want to see me for the whole 10 weeks, do you?
Well, you said that, not me. No, I think, and I think that's a real strong selling point for me anyway, is that you get that variety of people, and you get different perspectives. It was great to have Matt. It was so good to see Matt again. But then, Benji and then Rory as well, they brought so much to the group, and we all, some weeks you got a lot out of one teacher. And then maybe, like you do with everything, you may take a lot more away from somebody than others. So I think that variety was such a good thing for me.
Okay, great. So you like the variety of different teachers. And just for the viewers out there, I'm one of the teachers. We also have Matt, who's a psychotherapist. We have Benji, who's a Kundalini yoga teacher. We have Rory, who's a kind of a embodiment teacher, and a few other teachers that from time to time might pop in. And Richard also mentioned that he'd done the retreat and then there was a bit of a hole, and then he wanted to kind of get back into the flow of what it was like on retreat with daily practice and a brotherhood. And just want to make a point that the program isn't only for guys that have done the retreat. It's useful for guys that have done the retreat to kind of maintain momentum, but it's also useful for guys that haven't done our retreat to kind of step in and kind of, just feel into the work that we do at Men Without Masks. Which might be very different to anything else that you've done before. Okay, Richard, what was the highlights for you? We've got the morning sessions, it's in 2-week blocks, and Monday, Friday, Monday in the first block is kind of a lot of embodied, and the fourth session on a Friday in every 2-week block is a check-in where we really open up, and we have a WhatsApp group, we have a buddy system where guys are connecting outside of the group. Like, what were the highlights for you if you cast your mind back, Richard?
I think a highlight that I didn't expect, if I'm really honest, I think because I'd done the retreat, and for me that was really that was the first time I'd ever done any work on myself, if I'm honest. So to do that, you build incredible bonds with people over those 5 days. And if I'm honest, I was a bit skeptical of building up that kind of bond with people just through Zoom,
on a screen,
WhatsApp, through the screen. And I found, I work in IT, so I'm used to this. This is my life really. So, but I really found like a real bond to be developed throughout that group, and I think that's the really strong point about that, to be honest, because you build up. Some of those guys, there was no one from my retreat that was on that course. So I was a bit nervous about that, and meeting some of the guys, lots of them, or a couple of them had been on the retreat together. And they, I thought, oh, I'm going to be the odd one out, but actually it just formed really nicely. You said to me after about 2 weeks, it's forming nicely. So you must have a sixth sense about how it forms, because I really found it towards the end that I really didn't want it to end, I must be honest, I didn't want it to end, but also I was like, I got a lot out of this. At times I felt like I got more out of the 10-week program rather than the retreat, because, I found like I was in my day-to-day life and I was actually being, I was living and breathing everything that we were doing on those Mondays and Fridays. So
right.
I really enjoyed that. I think that's that was a highlight for me. I guess me, I love music and I love to dance. So that was some of the, and equally, like, because for us, we saw the seasons change. So it was really hard to get up at first. And you've converted me. I'm a true morning person now, so I exercise, I get everything done really early in the morning. But actually, I seeing those seasons change and seeing that was a real journey.
Great. Okay, so it sounds like the bond was good for you. You felt part of a group, you felt safe, you felt it deepening over the 10 weeks. It sounds like you felt part of a team, which is great. Actually, it's good feedback for me, especially kind of the fact that we're online, but we can still form that safe group. And it sounds like you enjoy the movement part of the practices as well. And it also sounds like you enjoy the combination of meeting on a Monday and Friday to practice together and to chat together, and then having from that experience received enough kind of momentum to maintain your own disciplined practice outside of those classes.
Absolutely. It's almost like planting a seed, isn't it? You plant a seed and you water it and then it'll grow. And I found that gap between the Monday and the Friday gave me that opportunity to do that, so I could live and breathe it, ready for then the next session on a Friday,
Well, great. Okay, so what would you say to any man, Richard, that's thinking about doing this?
So,
they see the email, they see the social media, and it's like, what's this about? And what would you say?
I think so. I guess it depends where you're coming from, isn't it? I think like there was one of the guys on our program, on our 10-week program, that hadn't been on the retreat, and I was surprised at that because I only realized that towards the end. And I said to him on that last day, you're in for a real treat, to go on the retreat from this. So I guess in a way, if you're not sure about a retreat, I took a lot of courage for me to get onto a retreat. This is like the perfect opportunity for you to dip your toe in, just to experience it. I think, do it. You won't regret it. You and I spoke and I booked onto the retreat and I thought, shut up list, if you like, and I did it. And actually it was I look back and think, I can't believe I didn't. I was scared. Can't believe I didn't know what it was going to be like. So, be brave, gents, be brave, and you won't regret, signing up to either the retreat or the 12-week 10-week program, because it'll be a real eye opener. And I think the thing that I've taken away from this is you won't regret it, and your family won't regret it, because you'll be a better version of yourself. I think, it is, 6 o'clock to some is early, and I think some of the guys, you could see them, they join and they'll be a bit bleary-eyed before they join. But actually, it's just a small part of your day. And if you can't commit to that on a Monday and Friday, there's, what is it, max 3 hours a week for yourself, then you need to look at it, and you need to be able to invest in yourself in that way.
Yeah, thanks for that, Richard. Yeah, the retreat and the 12-week program are very different. You know, the retreat is a dive in, it's an immersion. We don't have a phone. It's, you know, we're really immersed into this roller coaster for 5 days. And the 10-week program is different. It's more of a progressive container. It's a slow burner. You know, the group deepens, you know, week in, week out, and it takes time. And you know, over the course of 10 weeks, we become very close together, but, you know, you're not forced into anything. You know, there's practice, and then you're left to your own devices with a bit of support from WhatsApp resources and the group and your buddies outside of the group. So, yeah, it's a nice opportunity to dip your toe in without diving off the top stage in the swimming baths. Okay, thank you, Richard. I really appreciate your time. It's wonderful, wonderful to see you again. It brings back so many memories. And yeah, if you're a man out there and you're considering coming on this 10-week program, reach out to us. Check out our YouTube channel, Men Without Masks. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out, or send a reply to this email. And yeah, see you all soon.